The NFL trade deadline proved to finally live up to the hype for Dallas Cowboys fans after plenty of years where no major deals happened despite a plethora of rumors. Reinforcements are coming for the struggling Dallas defense, but there is a cost. The Cowboys surprised the NFL world by striking a blockbuster trade with the New York Jets for star defensive tackle Quinnen Williams. Dallas is sending a first-rounder, 2027, and second-round pick, 2026, to New York. Additionally, former first-round pick Mazi Smith is heading to New York as part of the deal, per Dallas Cowboys.com's Patrick Walker. Despite being a former highly touted player, Smith had fallen out of favor in Big D, becoming a healthy scratch on multiple occasions this season. Here's a look at the latest Cowboys news amid a busy NFL trade deadline. Prior to the trade, Mazi Smith only played in 5 of the Cowboys' September 1st games in 2025. Smith is on a 4-year, $13 million rookie contract that is slated to run through the 2026 season. After starting all 17 games for Dallas in 2025, Smith only appeared in 5 of the Cowboys' first 9 games prior to the deal. Smith played sparingly when he did suit up and was often a healthy, inactive on game day. Ultimately, it was Smith's lack of consistency that had the defender falling out of favor with the Cowboys. New Jets DT Mazi Smith earned a disappointing 46.6 grade from PFF with the Cowboys in 2025. Even when Smith did play, the defensive tackle struggled to make an impact. Pro Football Focus gave Smith an underwhelming 46.4 grade out of 100 for his play this season prior to the trade. Perhaps a change of scenery will help Smith jumpstart his NFL career with the Jets. I had a great conversation with Mazi just about the consistency, Cowboys head coach Brian Schottenheimer noted on September 6th, per The Athletic's John Machota. Mazi is going to play a lot of really good football. He's not even begun to reach his peak. But the consistency has not been there, and therefore, if your philosophy is to compete every day, then that's what you have to do. Make those decisions. The Cowboys finally land their big fish in blockbuster trade with the Jets for Quinnen Williams. The Cowboys have been searching for a big fish since the team's surprising preseason trade with the Green Bay Packers for Micah Parsons. While not in recent weeks, there had been rumors about the Cowboys being interested in Williams. Deadlines make deals as the Cowboys and Jets were able to strike a blockbuster trade in the final hours of the NFL deadline. Williams is on a 4-year, $96 million contract with Dallas. The deal is slated to go through the 2027 season as Williams' cap hit jumps up to $21.7 million and $25.5 million in the final 2 years of the contract, per Spotrac. Dallas began the NFL trade deadline by acquiring linebacker Logan Wilson in a deal with the Cincinnati Bengals. The Cowboys made an even bigger splash by acquiring Williams, while Smith gets a fresh start in the AFC. For the Cowboys, not much has gone right in the past 2 weeks, as the team's defense has continued to struggle while, at the same time, the once high-powered offense has simultaneously taken a step back. The team was 3-3-1 heading to Denver for Week 8, and now sits at 3-5-1 after back-to-back disappointing losses by a combined 30 points. For Cowboys owner Jerry Jones, the last chance to rescue this season is upon us at the NFL trade deadline. Already, the Cowboys got the day started with a major deal, sending away a 7th-round pick for linebacker Logan Wilson, who is likely to start for the team from the get-go. Jones was blunt in his assessment of his team, especially after 2 poor showings. In a radio interview with 105.3 The Fan in Dallas, Jones was clear that the blame for what's gone sideways in Dallas rests with him. But he was blunt about his attempts to fix the problems, starting with Wilson. "We're making this trade that can help us. This is a guy that can fill the gaps," Jones said. "So, all of those things, you really put your head down and address it. There's no running around the block here. You've got to put your head down and address it." Cowboys owner feeling urgency at NFL trade deadline. Jones also raised some eyebrows with some of this other comments on his approach this season, including the fact that he is not getting younger. He turned 83 last month and noted, "I don't have time to have a bad time." He resisted the idea that he might be inclined to make short-sighted moves at the trade deadline because of the fact that he is old, however. "I have a natural urgency because of my age," he said. "My immediate tomorrows are a big thing to me. I'm satisfied that I can make good decisions. I've made some bad decisions, obviously, being trite. I am supremely responsible for where we are right now.
There's no question about that.
I accept that. That doesn't deter me from wanting to get it done, and get it done now this year. They'll write a book about Cowboys' 2025 run. Maybe. Still, Jones was blunt, too, in looking at the Cowboys' situation. Last night after the loss to the Cardinals, quarterback Dak Prescott noted that Dallas brought in receiver Amari Cooper at midseason in 2018, and that helped ignite a run in which the Cowboys won 8 of 9 games. The hope is that the Cowboys have that kind of magic in them on this trade deadline. Jones was asked what kind of turnaround it will take to get the Cowboys into the playoffs, and he replied, "One they'll write a book about if we do it. It will take a very impressive turnaround. But isn't that a big part of why we watch sports? To see people that have adversity get up and come again, and end up having overcome a lot of odds." The Dallas Cowboys are 3-5-1 following their ugly loss to the Arizona Cardinals on Monday night. Now, the organization's attention will turn to the Tuesday trade deadline. With half the season in the books, it's clear the Cowboys have an elite offense and an abysmal defense. Out of respect for Dallas' normally high-flying offense, the team needs to aggressively pursue defenders ahead of the deadline. While adding defensive help should be the Cowboys' top priority, they will also have an opportunity to move a defensive starter in a trade that would oddly make sense. The player is Trevon Diggs, whose time in Dallas seems to be nearing an end. If the Cowboys decide to move on from Diggs at the deadline, they could call the Chicago Bears, ask for a 5th-round pick, and Chicago would surely get the deal done. Cowboys should consider sending Trevon Diggs to Bears ahead of trade deadline. It's fair to ask why Dallas should consider moving a 2-time Pro Bowl cornerback when its defense needs all the help it could get. The reality, though, is that a Cowboys split with Diggs seems inevitable. The corner's relationship seemingly soured with the organization as he watched the Micah Parsons saga unfold, and between Diggs' health and inconsistent play, Dallas is unlikely to commit to the remaining 3 years and roughly $62.8 million on his contract. That means a trade, either at the deadline or during the offseason, is on the table. If the Cowboys are interested in getting it done now, they will have several options for trade partners. The Bears would be one of the top options for several reasons. For starters, Chicago is 5-3 after 9 weeks and believes it's capable of being a contender. For that to happen, the Bears need to be better in the secondary, and that was evident on Sunday as Chicago allowed Joe Flacco to erupt for 470 passing yards and 4 touchdowns. Beyond the Bears' weak secondary possibly holding them back, there's some familiarity in Chicago for Diggs. The Bears' defensive backs coach and defensive passing game coordinator is Al Harris. Harris, of course, played in the league, but he also spent 5 seasons coaching for the Cowboys. Diggs' best seasons came with Harris as his defensive backs coach, so a reunion may be exactly what the corner needs to get his career back on track. If Dallas wants to send another one of its defensive stars to the NFC North, the Bears would likely be more than willing to get this deal done.